Welcome to Archetypal Atrocities, the show where we play bottom of the barrel Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. Each week, Jules and myself will spin a wheel to determine what archetype we'll be playing for that week. In addition, we will open 3 specially curated packs and pick a card from each of those packs to use in the deck for that week. We are allowed to play staples, but only if they support the archetype we get, and we can only play 1 copy of them in our decks. The winner of each week will get an extra pack they open for the next episode, while the loser will get to spin a loser wheel with multiple results on it, such as choosing your opponent's deck or moving an archetype from your wheel. The loser will also be able to play 2 copies of a staple as opposed to just 1. Now that that's out of the way, let's dig into some trash. Alright, and we're back on the loser wheel. We lost last week, so unfortunate, but Konami's, they performed, they did what they were meant to do. Jules had to pop and we had no way to interact with that. So we're back on the loser because of that. Nice swift 2-0, long 2-0, but we got 2-0'd. So let's go ahead, spin the wheel, see if we can get something kind of to redeem ourselves, hopefully something a little bit better. And, ooh, we had to pick our archetype. So we're going to have to go onto the wheel and see what kind of picking. This will be fun.
At this point, I'm just kind of ready for luck to run out. Like, we should have taken a loss these last 2 weeks, at least one of them. And with Hazy Flame, it looks like we might finally actually get to take that loss we were just talking about. So, you know, manifesting it into existence. Because, yeah, I know very little about Hazies. I did see them play in Prague, and they weren't terrible, but if Johnny got a remotely half-decent archetype on here, could be in trouble.
Alright, so I've chosen to play Amazonas. Fun fact, the very first episode, I actually got Amazonas, but I lost the recording footage. I didn't record the audio. So this is kind of like a run back from episode 1, which is kind of fun. Anyways, I'm excited to play Amazonas. This deck is very cool. They got a lot of fun toys from the OCG that are now in DDG, meaning we can play it here. Without further ado, let's open up our packs and see if we get anything good. DD Crow could be good depending on what Jules is on. Vengeful Boxbeard, probably not the greatest for us and draw a battle archetype. Threatening War is definitely good, as is Night Beam. Probably one of those two. DD Crow maybe in the side. We'll have to see. Pack number 2, Decode Talker, not the greatest. Fairy Box is okay. Exile Force, Trade-in's pretty useless. Magician of Faith could be alright. They do have some pretty nice spell cards, but unlikely we'll actually play it. And we are on the last pack. Anything cool? Backs to the Front's actually very nice. Especially considering the rest of these packs. Yeah, honestly, we're probably just playing Back to the Front. It's bad Monster Reborn, but it's still a Monster Reborn, especially in this show where OTKing is very unlikely. We're definitely going to be playing Back to the Front. That's a nice pickup. And we get to play 2 because we lost last week. So let's go ahead and see what we can make out of it.
And let's just open up these 4 packs real quick. Okay, Cowboy is a card. I think the Hazies have level 4s. If we're not taking Cowboy, it's probably, honestly, the Jar of Greed or the Forbidden Chalice. Chalice might be better, but, you know, sometimes we do get pretty low on cards. So, you know, maybe Jar of Greed is an option in this meta. But we'll go on to the next pack now, and Red Reboot's cute, but I don't know if it's really worth the slot, especially since Fairy Box time and again has proven to be maybe the one of the better cards in this card pool, at least for limited, obviously. So we'll definitely probably go with the Fairy Box. And then for the third one, Book of Moon is pretty good. What was Extinction on schedule again? That's an interesting one. I believe it's a delayed board wipe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's probably going to be the Book here. Book is pretty versatile. It's kind of somewhat negation sometimes, so, you know. And our bonus pack, because we were the winner, and, okay, well, if we have level 4s, we have that. And if not, we have other things, so yay! Let's see how deck building goes.
Alright, so let's go over the card by card. Amazonas Baby Tiger is pretty much, we can special summon it whenever we normally special summon another Amazonas, as long as it's in our hand. And on the field of graveyard, it becomes just Amazonas Tiger. Pretty much only using it just to have an extra body, and mostly for fusion summons. 3 of the Whipmaster, which the Pendulum effect pretty much makes all Amazonas monsters gain attack equal to the level by 100. Which both the Amazonas Pendulum monsters, do that, and then when an attack is declared involving one of ours, we can destroy a spell and trap card. The monster effect is pretty much it can go into the pendulum when it's destroyed, and then if an Amazoness is special summoned to your field while it's in the graveyard, which won't really ever happen because it is a pendulum, you can put it directly in your pendulum zone. One Princess, probably the best normal summon of the deck. When it's normal or special summon, just adds an Amazoness backward to your hand. And whenever it declares an attack, you can send another card from the hand to the graveyard to special summon any Amazoness monster from your deck. So on attack, it can special summon an Amazoness monster, which can also get assigned Amazoness Queen for make sure it stays on the field because it prevents it from being destroyed by battle. Queen is also just a very good card, and it's also treated as Amazon Queen on the field or the graveyard, which helps with our fusion summoning. Queen, as I mentioned, makes them have destroyed by battle. The other pendulum, the Sword Master, has the same effect that boosts attack, and then whenever an attack is declared, we can target one Amazon spell trap card in our graveyard and recycle it back into our hand. And it has the exact same effect as a monster, so we pretty much have a 1 scale and a 7 scale that lets us pendulum summon out a bunch of Amazoness monsters. Spiritualist, another new one. If it's in your hand or graveyard, you can target an Amazoness monster you control, return to the hand, and then special summon this. You're locked into Amazoness monsters, but in pure, that's not a big deal at all. And then if it's got special summon, you can just put out one straight polymerization out from your deck. Amazoness has a strangely weird amount of polymerization searches, so that's why we're playing the one of copy, because we don't really want to draw it, but getting the value out of the search is worth it. Plus, this is technically a fusion summon archetype, so that's why we're running our fusions. War Chief is very, very good if you control the monsters, or only Amazoness monster, just a free special summon. And then when it's normal special summon, you can set either an Amazoness spell trap or direct polymerization from your deck. You are locked into Amazoness attacks only, but again, not a big deal since you're only playing Amazoness monsters. Amazoness Call is just a searcher for any Amazoness card. It either goes into the deck or sends it to the graveyard, so it's either a searcher or a Foolish Burial. And then we can also banish this card from the graveyard to pretty much target an Amazoness monster we control, and they can attack the opponents one time each. But it's the only monster that can attack that turn. Amazoness Secret Arts pretty much lets you fusion summon an Amazoness. It's the Archetype fusion card. And then during the main phase, you can banish the card from the graveyard. And then whenever we fusion an Amazoness monster, we can also send an Amazon monster from our extra deck to the graveyard for one of the materials. Amazoness Village, one of their field spells, not the greatest thing. Pretty much, it boosts all Amazoness by 200. And then when a monster is destroyed, we can special summon one from our deck that is less than or equal to the level of that monster. Amazoness Hall is just another searcher, but on a trap card. Pretty much lets you look up any Amazoness monster from your graveyard or your face-up extra deck and add it into your hand or put it in the pendulum zone, so it's kind of a way to occur on monsters. And if a monster special summon your opponent while you control an Amazoness monster, you can target one of those opponent monsters and then gain life points, which is kind of a way to gain life. 3 Hot Springs when activated, it's another searcher. You can take an Amazoness monster from your deck and either put it in the hand or the pendulum zone, so you can directly put a card onto the pendulum zone or just add one to your hand. And then when you take battle damage while you control an Amazoness monster, you can gain life points equal to the damage you took, so kind of a way to negate all that life loss you'd be getting. Amazoness Onslaught, so that's all you Duel Links players out there, so you don't like seeing this card. But pretty much once turned in battle phase, you can special summon one Amazoness monster from your hand and it gains 500 attack turn of the turn. And then after damage calculation, if you ever battle the opponent monsters while this card was already face up, you can banish the monster that it attacked. And then if this card is feels ever destroyed, you can target any Amazoness monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it's a very efficient way to remove a card because as long as it's face up on the field, you attack with an Amazoness monster, you just banish that monster even if your card leaves the field. Back to the front, we are at combat deck, so we're playing some nice Revival as well as Threatening Roll to kind of help stall. In the side we have Amazoness Heirloom, so if Jules has like a lot of high attack monsters, this is a way to kind of prevent our Amazonesses from being destroyed. Same with Fighting Spirit, if it attacks monsters with higher attack, it gains 1000 attack doing the damage calculation. We also threw in Decode Talker just because it kind of fell out space. 3 Pet Liger King, it needs a level 5, a high Amazoness monster, and 1 Amazoness monster. And then it pretty much makes it so your opponent monsters can't attack any monsters except itself, and you can target one Amazoness monster you control and one in the graveyard, and pretty much switch them around by destroying the Amazoness monster and special summoning the other one. It can attack to use that effect, but so it's not too common we're going to use that, but it's just a neat little kind of swappy thing we can do if we ever want to. The original Pet Liger, that one was the retrain, is the original. When it attacks during battle damage, you can make the card gain 500 attack during that damage rather. And then if your Amazoness monster attack an opponent's monster after damage calculation, you can have one phase of monster your opponent controls and it loses 800 attack permanently. Monsters you control cannot attack other Amazoness monsters except this one, so it pretty much makes it so only it can attack, be attacked rather. Amazoness Empress, the original fusion spell that needs Amazoness Queen, one Amazoness monster, and it makes all other Amazoness monsters can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And when this card leaves the field, assuming it's fusion summon, which it's always going to be, you can special summon one Amazoness Queen from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So you pretty much can guarantee always have that because you will just use it for the fusion summon. And in the newest fusion, Amazoness Augusta, it needs one Amazoness fusion monster and one Amazoness monster. So because we have the Secret Arts, you can make this relatively easily without having to commit too hard. And your opponent cannot target other Amazoness monsters controlled with card effects, and they also can't be destroyed by card effects. And when this card is fusion summoned using either Amazoness Empress or Queen, it can make 2 attacks during the battle phase. And then when this card's fusion summoned, you can special summon just any Amazoness monster from your deck. So that's the deck. Surprisingly amount of consistency. Like there's a lot of searches on like Princess and War Chief, Spiritualist, Call, Hot Spring, even the fusions all kind of have some kind of searcher to them. Surprisingly consistent. What's in this deck is going to be very good, this series rather. Consistency is very powerful in Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially in a format like this where a lot of decks just don't have access to that kind of consistency. So I'm excited to see what happens. So let's get right into the duel. Let's stop wasting some time.
So yeah, basically what I did was I took every hazy card, ran it at the full 3 copies, and then found as many playable one-ofs as I could to fill in the last 10 slots. There's really not much to say about hazies. They're very focused. They are a somewhat large group of monsters, at least compared to some other archetypes where I was really scrounging for playables. That said, I do hesitate to call all of these monsters playables. I am maxed out on Hippogriff, which realistically I should be on like 0 copies, but you know, it's the spirit of this show to play this deck pure. I'm playing it pure. I ran literally as many hazy cards as possible. We'll see how things go.
And here we are, Archetypal Atrocities, episode 17. I'm pretty sure I already forgot after immediately checking. Might be one of the most excited I have to play a deck. I gotta choose my own deck, and it's one I had my on for a while. I almost picked it when I picked Ancient Gears way back when, but now that the wheel has kind of had a big rotation, I'm like, okay, I want to play this deck before it gets sniped out. So here I am, and I'm excited.
As for me, I am familiar with this deck vaguely, and I'm just going to be real with you. For deck building, I just put max number of every card in the archetype, and then filled out the rest with one-ofs.
Amazing. Always the best.
Because, like, there's nothing to be done with this deck. Like, there's nothing to be done. Either it does or it doesn't.
I'm excited to see what you're cooking over there. But first, we gotta do rock, paper, scissors. And he's back, baby! The rock, paper, scissors king. I think I want to go second with what I got.
That's fair. Okay, let's see. I can try and unbrick myself, but I don't have the greatest hopes of that happening. And it would reveal what I'm on if I did that. So it might be better to try and because I could unbrick myself next turn for sure, but it'd have to be next turn. So I'm just wondering, is it worth it? Because like, what can I set up against you if this goes well? Oh, fuck it, why not? I'm gonna play Celestial Observatory.
Yo, okay.
Which lets me take a level 6 monster in my hand or on the field, put it in the bottom of the deck, then draw 2.
Okay.
So I will be revealing that I am in fact on Hazy Flame Manticore on the bottom of my deck.
Oh, we dueling.
And draw 2.
Alright. Ooh, that's a rough draw, actually.
Yeah, like I was looking up Hazy Flame decks, because I always look up deck lists on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck just to see what the casuals have cooked up for these archetypes.
Yeah.
Hazy Flame was maybe one of the least reassuring searches I've had for this. Because, like, literally, most of the results were just progression playoffs deck lists. Which, like, oh god, we're really the only people who have played this thing. And then, like, every other deck list was Fire Kings, or an actual other archetype that actually can make use of them. So I was like, oh lord, nobody plays these pure. This is like, literally there's nothing to be done.
They were top 2 in Duel Links.
And, well, if I were going like a second, that might be a thing. But it's not, so...
Excellent.
Because, hey, every monster in the archetype's a tribute monster.
I'm trying to remember how the Duel Links deck played it, because it was like tier 1 in Duel Links.
Had to be a skill.
It
must be a skill that searches the field, the continuous spell that lets you normal summon them for free without tributing.
Maybe something like that, some weird searcher thing. Because back in the day,
also, they're probably not playing the really terrible Hazy Flames, because I'm playing everything. They probably only play, like, 2 Hazy Flames and make Basil Triss.
I cannot remember. I know they played the Sphinx. I remember seeing that one all the time. Okay.
The Sphinx is good. The Sphinx does things.
I think there's like one that can be normal summon without tributing, and that's how it works. I think. I forget which one. It's like a level 6.
Didn't open that. Yeah. They're all level 6.
Alright, so this will immediately reveal what I'm playing. So let's just rip it out. I will activate the Amazonas Call.
Oh, awesome.
And these lovely warriors got a lot of recent support from the OCG. This was episode 1. I spun this, but I lost the footage for it, so I had to redo the deck list. So this is like a run back from episode 1. In episode 1, that was before the OCG support came out, so I gotta play with all the new toys this time.
I had a moment like that earlier in the series where, like, I realized, like, my audio wasn't on, so I just redid the spin in the moment, but I lost the deck I actually wanted to play.
I think we'll add the baby tiger here. I will scale up, because they're a pendulum deck now, apparently.
Oh, yeah, because they're doing, like, the Diet Lunalite stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so now all my Amazonas monsters gain attack equal to level times 100 twice, so times 200 basically.
God, you can pend against me? I'm so fucked.
And let us do that. So I'll bring out Tiger, I will bring out War Chief, and I will bring out the Queen. And then War Chief will trigger, since spell summon, I can set one Amazonas or Polymerization from my deck. So I will do that. I will set the Polymerization. And I will use said Polymerization.
Makes sense.
So I think this might be the first time... no, that's a lie. Never mind. I was going to say I think it's the first time we Fusion Summon, but you did that in Gravekeeper.
Yeah, although that wasn't a normal... I think that's cheating. Like, like, I think counting Supernaturalist as a Fusion Summon is kind of cheating.
I just like how they all can just like... They just have a weird sub-search that just search out, not their fusion spell, specifically Polymerization. For some reason. Which one do I want? They have like 4 now. The Empress. So, other Amazonas monsters can destroy battle card effects, and if they attack, they inflict piercing. And then, if Empress leaves the field, I can just special summon one Amazonas from hand. Amazonas Queen. Okay. God, I have to do math. I don't know how big he is. 1, 2. I really wish Dueling Book had a feature that just had the number instead of the stars, so I don't have to count.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I hate Yu-Gi-Oh's card templating. I wish we'd just adopt the Rush Duel templating. Just like admit it, Konami. Your card templating has always sucked. It's okay. You adopted it from the manga. We won't blame you. Just adopt some modern, please.
Seriously.
Both of them give the boost. Huh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
They actually made him capable to do battle damage in the battle archetype. Who would have guessed? Alright, I will attack for 4,400. Since attack was declared, the pendulum's trigger, so I can add back an Amazonas spell trap in my graveyard, and then pop one on the field. I will pop this little doohickey.
Alright, you have now popped Kickfire, which was the most filler card in this deck, potentially. There weren't many, like, on-theme options without me, like, just, like, digging really... Like, my options were, like, do I want, like, another, like, a normal level 6 fire monster? No, I'll run the kind of bad burn damage trap on the off chance it's something.
Oh, it's a lower card, so that's an added bonus. And then this is 5... So this should be 29?
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Main 2. I will say this is probably like the best opening we could have asked for. We opened both pendulums and the queen and the way to get the fusion. This is a very big once in a blue moon hand.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll start off by activating. Thankfully, you hit the wrong trap.
Hazy.
Because I'll activate Hazy Glory.
That seems pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah. Now I can actually normal summon cards. But before I'll do... Actually, no, I can. Never mind. Go on. Sorry.
I think this is a newer card, and they somehow thought Hazy Flames were too good to put this effect on a trap card. That's definitely... instead of the one issue the deck has that it can't bring any monsters out.
So I guess I'm going to now normal summon Hazy Flame Sphinx.
Getting Duel Links flashbacks.
And see if we get it right. Gonna guess monster.
Aw.
No! One of, like, the 3 spells in the deck.
Unfortunate.
I mean, I think I'm just dead next turn anyways. So maybe I just don't even show you what I have. So you don't... So in a game where it might actually be decent, you won't already know its effects. So...
That's probably the right choice.
I don't know if... I don't think Amazon... Like, your game plan is to go second. And I don't think you have much in the way of negation.
I'll let you know, Amazonas definitely does not have negates.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure they don't.
They have a lot of attacks in, but they do not have any negates.
Yeah, I'm gonna go second. And I open a hand with 3 traps in it. Let's go. That's so correct.
My hand's not the greatest. I opened the Searcher, so it's definitely above average. Am I getting ass blossomed?
No, it's just so funny that, like, I opened 3 trap cards. Like, the exact scenario of, like, there are some hands where it's like, yeah, going first is the right call. Silly.
Yes, you.
But I still think this hand wouldn't have been... Well, I mean, this hand would have survived going first, but I also think I'm probably fine going second here. I don't think this was bad.
Amazonas does not have a good normal summon, I'm realizing.
Guess that's why they made them a pendulum deck.
I guess, yeah. Well. No, okay, I think I see something. Oh, that princess. Then I will normal summon her, add a spell trap card to my hand, and add the Amazonas Secret Knowledge, which is just a quick play fusion for some reason. I will set a card. I will set a card. I will set a card. Kind of sketchy, but I'll set a card, and there we go.
All right. Well, in my pack cards, I said Red Reboot would have been like a throw pick. I guess it wouldn't have been. You know what? Yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna normal summon.
Oh boy.
UFO Turtle.
Oh, hell yeah.
What happens? I assume with 4 back row and a battle-focused deck, something happens. So you just let me know how this happens.
I think I just do it like this. I will, in response to the declaration, I will activate this to fuse in. I believe this goes to the graveyard. I could be wrong. And bring out the Empress. Nothing too crazy. And then that's that on that front.
Yeah, alright. So replay happens. Oh, in attack position. Actually, yeah. We ball.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll take 14. And then we will summon out a guy from the deck.
Yep.
Needs to be 15 or less. I think I only have the 1 target, but hopefully I have another one. I don't. I know it. It's fine. I got hopeful for a second because like one was a 16. I was like, oh, maybe, but no. There's only one target.
Unfortunate.
It's fine. I will summon Hazy Flame Griffin.
I've never seen this card in my life. Okay.
As much as I want to like go towards making the boss monster, I think the actual better play is to special summon the second Griffin.
Sure.
Whenever Dueling Book catches up.
There we go.
Since I had this in my opener last game, but I was going first, so it didn't work because you have to. Because you have to control a monster first and foremost. And sadly, I cannot summon the third monster in my hand, so there's not even a point to summon the boss monster. But what I can do instead is... there was a number monster that I could run. Force Focus!
I don't think I've ever seen this gun with just a camera.
Yeah, he's a little guy. And come on, Dueling Book. There we go.
Alright, in the end phase, I'll activate one of the like 500 searchers, but let's run a trap card.
Uh-huh.
So I can add a monster, put it straight on the scale. I will choose to add a monster. I will add the War Chief to hand. And then now whenever I take battle damage from an Amazoness, I just gain life points equal. So they pretty much do no damage, essentially.
Gotcha.
Okay, I will special summon the War Chief. And then add... I will choose to set Polymerization. Unless...
Thinking...
Oh.
Oh, actually, no, never mind. You're good. I reread my camera.
What happened?
I actually can't... Actually, no, he's level 5 or higher. Never mind. I thought he was a 4 for a second. I'm thinking if I want to negate him. I think that's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
That is set. We'll banish the secret arts, so now if I fusion summon, I can use an Amazoness from the extra deck as material.
Oh, that's silly.
It's very random. Very weird.
I assume it has to be like a face-up pendulum in the extra deck is what that implies? Or...
It's just any from the extra deck. It's kind of like...
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Because they have... And then I will activate Poly.
Mm-hmm.
I will send the War Chief and just a Liger. For the Amazoness Augusta, I'm going to move this because I don't want to get some weird reality where I get Animud. So now, pretty much so. With her, static is you can't target my other Amazoness cards with card effects, and they can't be destroyed by card effects. And then Empress, they pretty much give each other protection, because they're each other, but they have the same kind of effect. I can spell summon an Amazoness from my deck, because he's been fused and summoned. I choose to spur her.
Actually, I will use my camera to negate her.
She cannot be targeted.
Oh
no, yes, again. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not read that code right. Yep.
Wow.
Emperor's only protection from destruction. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter I fucked up then. That's nice-ish. Well, let's just go to combat.
I will Threatening Roar.
That will be threatening. Yep. I have successfully been threatened. That goes away. I will set a card. Once Dueling Book lets me, there we go. Oh, I didn't really have copies of this. Okay. Bada boom.
All right, let's see if there's any universe where I can salvage this. Yeah, there is not. Because the best I can do right now is I activate Hazy Glory,
Okay.
which means I can now normal summon the Manticore in hand, who has the most like abysmal like. You can send a fire monster to the grave to give him protection, and like maybe I could have played last turn differently, and like I could have maybe played the Basil Triss instead, because like it like, but also like I just feel like I was always doomed to lose this one. I didn't want to kid myself, especially since like I'd be making a 2-map Basil Triss, which is like yeah, it survived me the turn maybe, but it would not win me the war because and like. I could also summon out this guy now from my hand. Oh, but when I do, I have to tribute specifically a fire monster, which means I can no longer make the Basil Triss anyways if I wanted to this turn, because the only fire monster I have is the Manticore. So, like... Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that's a rough draw going to Amazonas, especially.
Oh, for sure. Like, I can't even be mad, like, because... Like, sure, I could have maybe played differently, like, and like just sucked it up and summoned Basil Triss with like 2 or less mat, like with 2 mats, but like that's just prolonging the inevitable. I was okay with Hazy Flames being a blowout. I knew it was going to be one coming in, so I'm at peace with it. I played the greedy lines and died for it. But hey, I wouldn't want to survive the non-greedy lines of this deck.
Fair. Yeah, even if you make the chicken, you banish the Empress. I still get Augusta.
Yeah.
I have
because it has none of the protection, none of the boosting that more mats gives it to actually help it survive against you. So it's it's a removal spell, and then I die anyways.
That was episode 17. That's an outro, I guess. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. Woo.